Hello and welcome. I'm Enigmas. Let's get some more coding done. I think we got quite a bit done earlier. I checked it all into our GitLab project. Yep. And what do we do? Yeah, so git pull, looking good. Git status, everything's clean, up to date with origin master. Updated some tickets and things. Yep. Serious project, some serious tickets and things. Wow, Wolfie's 20 seconds behind. Man, that is something else. I'm not sure what's going on with you there. So, if it's easier, you can just not worry about doing what you're doing. Whatever's comfy and good for you, yeah? Alright. That is quite the delay. Alright. Oh, I found sometimes that refreshing the page on Twitch will catch you back up. I don't know. I don't know nothing. Do I know? And we're looking at some issues. Alright. Organize the project still up there. And yeah, sure, man. Head over that head over that desktop. Let's see, what are we doing? Oof, oh man, we got some models up in here. I think maybe we could try this. Ready? Let's try it. Let's throw in a new directory up here, our package. Right? We're gonna call it model, and then we're going to put a new rusty file in there. What are we gonna call it? We're gonna call it something like data. Right. So, do you want to add the following? Yeah, sure. I guess. Whatever, man. Ooh, it's not in there. It's not in there. Oh gosh. Alright, so what are we gonna do? I'm gonna say like what? Pub. I don't even know if you wanna make it pub? Sure, why not, right? Pub. What do you wanna say? Model pub mod? Alright, model data. I don't know. Is that what we want? Is that how we do things? I don't know how to do things. How do you Rust code? I don't know. I expected a semicolon or something. See, pub mod model, right? Cool. So we did that. Now we're in model. Pub mod model data. Huh? You all mad? Why? Why are you mad? I felt like the correct thing to do. Alright, let's try, what if we just said data then, right? Pub mod data. Seems kind of weird. Right, but whatever. Alright, it says it did something. Now, are you in the tree now? Can we be happy? Wow, alright. So now let us, for fun, perhaps later profit. I said perhaps later. Okay. What are we gonna do? Yeah, let's take all these ability datas. Alright. All of these guys that we sort of like, their sole purpose in life, there we go, is to be able to take them in and out of files, to get these sort of strings, to get this metadata. We can just sort of throw it all in here, I think. Let's see. Yes. DM21 and I are streaming right now. This is true, Wolfborn. And I'm not sure what the lag is. I've been coding, so I probably missed your message earlier. So let's see. What are we gonna do? This here all looks good. We're gonna recompile it. Yeah, fine on my computer. All right, sweet. Sounds good to go then. So we'll just do that then, and I will reload the Monster Cat page. Yep, turn that on and that, and we're gonna choose a song, and boom. Let's code. Alright, cool. So now what can we do? We can come in here and we can say like data, right, like that, boom. And everything in here, it's like data. We can just sort of grab, right? Alright. Let's see, we got some skill data. And we got some ability data. Yeah. Put some commas on there. Let's do the Control-Alt-O to really sort of keep our guys here happy. Alright, let me put a comma there. Yeah, we're gonna make that. And that. Alright, so now if I hit Control-O, does it do it again? Not at all. Stays pretty much the same. In line, everybody is happy and good to go. Alright, Control-9. Cannot derive macro to serialize in this scope. Uh-oh. What are you talking about, man? Dude, what scope? What on earth? Wow, this thing is going nuts. Why? Why are you going nuts? These things don't even reference. Oh. I know what it is. Why didn't you just say so, guys? Why didn't you just say so? What was with that error? You made it feel like I had done something crazy. I didn't do nothing crazy. Y'all's crazy. There you go. Oh man. Oh man. So now, for funsies, right? We have some stuff in our main. For loading these things, right? We can like, no, we don't want the systems, right? The systems are fine. But like this stuff here, this all ties kind of into what we've got going on there. Right, now, I kind of think, yeah, we throw this inside of like just the data. This guy, he is going to be relying on ability and stuff. So let's see what happens if we just sort of copy paste this guy into data RS. Still learning Rust, no idea what I'm doing, so don't mind as I play around to discover what these things do. Yes, so we need standard error. Yes, please, the standardest of standard error, please. And yeah, give me some of that. Alright, so we've imported a bunch of stuff. Can we organize that at all? Alright, a little bit. Alright, a little bit of auto-organizing helps us a little. Yes? So what? Comma. Throw this under there, right? Comma. Get rid of these. Control-Alt-O. That looks happy. Alright, Control-9. Sweet, alright. Yeah, so load abilities appears to work. Yes, this guy looks like we have to go back a level to find ability and load that in. Right? That's fine and good. We're gonna figure that stuff out. What else are we gonna do? Yeah, we're gonna go back to our main and keep clearing it out. We don't need this stuff suddenly. Yay! Right? And just like so we can put all these load functions into our data crate. So we don't have to worry about it no more. Not in our main anyway. Alright, and then from there we can make them prettier and more general. fix them up and do whatever it is that we need to do. Alright, we've got kind in there, we've got skill in there. Alright, we need to get some ArcBG up in here. Oops. There we go. Alright, so that's all hard-coded sort of stuff and things, and that's fine for now. Well, let's see, what are we going to do? Yes, I like that these are all kind of in one place. Whoa, hello! Looks like Mr. Halzy? Mr. Halzy rated the channel with so many viewers! Wow, that is insane! Thank you very much, Mr. Halzy. Oh, thank you for following Mr. Ziok. Wow, that's absolutely... I don't think I've ever been rated before. Yes, hello, Rust. Game dev couldn't resist. Wow. Yes, I am learning Rust. I'm you know, I have played around with it a little bit before, so we're doing some data, doing a little bit of data modeling. You know, first. That's right, first. Yeah, you know, we're figuring out data modeling. We're figuring out CERD. We got some serialization going. You know, we got all sorts of things up and going, right? We got abilities, arcane backgrounds, all sorts of stuff that we got going. One of our major tickets that we just finished up was, let's see, what did we do? Yeah, I went from kind of a stringly typed API where I wasn't quite sure what to do with, like, you know, the keying stuff, and I was like, so last night it hit me. No, Rust enums. Enums are super awesome in Rust. I'm very much enjoying the enums. So now we've got all sorts of enums for all sorts of things. Is this like maybe the super bestest way to do things in Rust? I don't know. I'm learning Rust. I have no idea. I'm trying to figure stuff out. Yeah, all the enums. That's right. That's right, Ziok. All the enums. Yeah, so we've got yeah, so we're trying to figure stuff out. You know, playing around with the kind of character attributes, making characters, that sort of thing. Now we're just kind of reorganizing the project. I just now threw some of the serializable stuff into its own little module, playing around with making modules and submodules. Yeah. By the way, I could probably go to 2,000 and pick up more viewers. Wow, alright. That sounds like a good idea, Mr. Halzy. I think I will try that. Do I have to... Probably have to restart the stream to make that effect, you know... Do that though, right? Can't just go in there and hit the button. Feel like things will crash. You think 2,000, you know, kilobytes per second, maybe at what is it, the 720 by 30 frames a second is all I'm doing. The 2,000, huh? Yeah, I could probably swing that, make that happen. Seems like a good idea. I wonder what would happen if I just changed it in the settings now. Oh, it does not want me changing stuff. Not in the latest OBS. Yeah. Alright, output. Oh, I could say. Alright. Apply. Okay. Oh, I changed the setting. I don't know if it'll take effect. Isn't 3K higher quality, or is 3K versus 2K not a big difference? 3K is higher quality. I guess what Mr. Halzy is suggesting is that certain devices, for instance, Wolfborn's cell phone, they appear to be having trouble keeping up with the 3K quality, even though they have 4G. So, and there's other folks out there on satellites and other places where, yeah, maybe if I could, you know, tone down the kilobits requirement, then that would be good. And it looks like the setting has taken effect. My Twitch stream is showing, like what, 2,100 kilobits per second? Okay, about 2,000 kilobits per second now. So let's see. Yeah, mostly static video. Yep, a lot of waste. That's true. That's true. So I don't know. Maybe you could try it out again on your mobile. Now we've gone down to 2,000. You guys can let me know how that goes. Yes, the video is mostly static. Lots of texty stuff. So that'll be good. That is an excellent hint. Thank you very much, Mr. Halsey. Appreciate it. Yeah, you guys are awesome. Let's see. Tend to stream with a constant bit rate to manage the network from rubber banding your kilobytes per second. Ideally, you do variable bit rate. Ideally, I see. You tend to, yeah. I think I was just trying to go with, what do we call it? Oh, the Twitch had some sort of settings thing. Video stats say 2K now, still looks great. Excellent, yes. That's pretty cool. Oh, wow, you do 1080p at 10 frames a second. Wow. So I guess you mostly have a coding stream too, Mr. Halsey. I'm gonna have to follow you, check you out, see what's going on. Yeah? Alright, because that might be the setting to kind of play around at, especially this early in the stage of what do we call it? Of game development, yeah? Where it's mostly data modeling, right? I don't even have a window popping up anywhere yet. So I think I'm just gonna throw that down here as something to test later. Yes, I am curious about Rust plus Godot. I was playing around with it earlier. I got annoyed with Godot when I tried integrating a Rust-defined resource with it. I'm also interested in, what is it, GPU-FS, wgpu-rs. I'm very interested. Yes, as new streamer, not getting the multiplexing yet. That is true, Mr. Halsey. I am not getting the multiplexing yet. Yeah, so let's just grab that guy. Swing that over. Yeah, so I was very curious about trying out things like Winit, getting a wgpu-rs going. I feel like, game engines are great, and I do like Godot very much. I think it's very useful for prototyping. So I may be switching back and forth a bit. When I first started up Apocalypse Road Trip, and in fact, in one of the images captured that I put on my stream, let's see. There we go. Let's just grab that, throw that in the corner. Boom, there we go. So nothing there, but basically this guy's just a script. He loads a bunch of other things. I have a few things going with him. Let's see, got some libraries. Yeah, this right here, this project here even has the Rust sort of stuff going with it. I was playing around with, what was I playing around with? Let's see, have a follow, mate. Alright, yeah, thank you guys very much for the follows. I need to check back in and take a look at the activity feed. So much stuff going on, I don't know how to keep up. Alright, In Blanky followed, thank you very much. I can't pronounce this name, forgive, I don't know. But thank you very much for the follow, and thank you for the follow, Mr. Halsey and Zeok. Alright, very sweet, very awesome. Dead stream coding, but I hate having a camera going. Mostly I just try not to look at myself as I code. My coding's over here. If I need to see myself, it's over there. But I generally don't, so. Yeah, so I had a bunch of this. I had a bunch of Rust stuff going. I had I had a little bit of character doodads over here. You could select some stuff. And he actually writes out a character to a file, which I was happy with. There were various little nitpicky things I had where I was not as happy. for instance, let's see, this is the dude resource. So I wanted to be able to plug resources like dudes into nodes. And it seemed like at least there were some editor issues with it, which is probably a tiny nitpick considering all of the stuff that Godot provides. So I still have Godot as a sort of, do video more of a radio star. Yeah, I can appreciate that. Let's see. I'm pretty sure I've scared off some viewers already with my face, but Some people seem to like the looking at someone talking to them. I don't know. You'll stick around? Thank you, Wolfie. Yeah, so we've got so I was definitely playing around with Godot, and I don't mind going back to it if I need to. But for the moment, I'm very curious about. I want to do Rust data modeling. I want to do Rust. I want to take a look at some of those Rust libraries, right? Especially with the wgpu-rs. I've got Legion going. I've seen other people, like a fellow named Tom, I think, do something with getting maybe specs or some other Rust ECS, and somehow getting it to work with Godot to tell Godot what to do and stuff. And that sounded pretty amazing. Yeah, if that's what he was able to do. I do think I like ECS. Some people call me Tim. I'm not sure what that's a reference to. I have to think about it. Oh, is that the Enchanter? I think it's the Enchanter from, what do you call it? Why am I mind blanking? Holy Grail. Holy Grail, yes. Tim the Enchanter. It's just, it took me back because that's actually my, I know a guy named Tim IRL. So I was like, Tim? What's Tim got to do with this? Oh, I get it. I see the quotes around it. It must be a reference. Anyways, a little slow in the uptake sometimes, but I got it. Alright, so what am I doing? Why is this being? Yeah, split that, move right. So we got some data over here, we got some models over here. What else do we got? Man. 10 frames a second, huh? Alright. I could probably drop this guy down to like 20, I don't know, 15, right? At some point we'll have a game. That's the goal. That's the dream. That's what we want to do. So figure some stuff out. I think I was moving stuff. Yes, I think I had already moved a lot of the data modeling serialization from main into this data module, where again I could probably genericize this and do better with the error handling. It was all mostly just temporary code that's written to, like, let's just make it work fast, please, sort of a thing. I think now kind of what we're doing is cleaning up main. Ooh, do I got some errors? Yes, I do have some errors. Alright, but that's fine. We can fix those errors by saying something like, what? Model data loadabilities. Alright. Sweet. Let's oops. There we go. Let's do that. Hang in there. Cloud model. Wow. Alright, yeah, so we were playing around with, like, this is how we made Bob originally, then we serialized them out to a ROM file, and now we just deserialize them from the ROM file, and we have a Bob stats. That's kind of what that's about here. And this right here is, again, we're just playing around with serialization, where I print Bob out to a string in the command line when we run the program. We also have our Legion playground, where we just getting the basics of Legion, ECS, trying to figure stuff out. And the reason so Legion was just sort of a choice that was like, well, it seemed like the Amethyst folks, they seem to be in charge of specs and Legion. And they appear to be moving from specs to Legion. So it may be that Legion's a bit, you know, bleeding edge. We'll see about like how much we have to cut ourselves to to get it to work. Let's see. I learned that dyne error is 2 pointers, and anyhow error is only 1. Huh. I know that in the Rust books and stuff, I saw that, you know, at least for the main, right? This was sort of the example given as to how to make sure that the question marks over here worked for, you know, and this is all, again, very temporary sort of stuff. Right? Where it's like, hey, I'm loading up some abilities, loading up some kinds. I don't know. I don't have any sort of error handling, you know, set up here yet. This code base got started, I think, just a couple of days ago. Yep, so hello. Is it not? Almost like an initiate? Nixiative? I don't know. Nixiative? Man. Alright, but yeah. Trying to figure stuff out. Yeah, nice and initiative. Yeah, thought it was something like that. Sweet. Wait, what is that little icon there? Owl, all access pass. Ooh, wow. Not sure what an owl is, but having all access passes are pretty cool. OWLs. Is that a Harry Potter reference, maybe? Overwatch League. Ah, alright. There we go. Pretty sweet. Yep, relatively new streamer. I tried it out a few years ago. I think I was mostly streaming... Well, I mostly had an audience with my Pokemon streaming. You know, just streamed a couple of random games, and then it was like when Pokemon Let's Go came out on Switch, I streamed that for a moment. So, you know, trying to figure things out. Figure out what's going on. While at the same time, learning Rust. I'm more of a Java Scala developer. Kind of enterprisey stuff. You know, pays the bills. But I've always wanted to make a game. Yeah, it's you know, you learn to program for one reason, and life takes you down a completely different place, and no idea. But yeah, I'm gonna try to figure stuff out. Wow, with this rate, I've completely lost track about what it is I even wanted to do with my project. Let's see. Let's think about it. So I did some of the project rearranging already. I got my loads down here. Main is using them. Pretty sure, right? I think we successfully compiled it a second ago. Yep, looking good, and it runs great. This here is what? So yeah, here we're playing around with the serialization. Yes, thank you for the follow. Nick's initiative. Appreciate it. Alright. Yeah, I think, cool. So yeah, so here we've serialized down to Bob Chansey, getting him going. We've got, these are the systems, I think, for kind skills. So they all kind of run together, which I think is interesting. At least they run concurrently. I'm not sure of how parallel it is. Basically, these are just test throwaway symptoms where I was testing like, hey, you know, Legion lets us to do almost like a dependency injection sort of a thing here, where I could specify, I would like a resource, please, with this sort of a type structure to it. And then I get it. Which is, I don't know, pretty cool. Pretty cool, I think. So, you know, sort of add that in there, get it out, you can do some stuff with it. These are just sort of throwaway systems of, you know, printing them out. Wow, so, let's see. Yeah, did a little bit of reorg. Trying to think about what it is we're doing next. There are a wide variety of things that we could try out. From popping open windows. Right, really starting to put our ECS to the test. We could, Yeah, dominate the world. It's always about world domination. That's what it's about. Let's see how long I've been learning. Any particular learning resource better than others? Let's see. So, I've been kind of playing with it on and off for maybe a couple of years, and mostly off. You know, I haven't been able to use it at work yet, though I'd like to. A RON file is a type of serialization format. If you've heard of JSON, then you know that that is the JavaScript object notation. So a RON file is supposed to be Rust object notation. Alright, so we can find that sort of thing if we come over here to SERD and Rust. SERD seems to be like a very common library used by Rustaceans everywhere, it seems, for serializing and deserializing to a wide variety of formats. So because I wanted a something that was different than JSON just for fun, and also something that was kind of rusty, I chose RON here for what to serialize these guys into. And so that's pretty fun. You can do some neat stuff with it. There are declarations and things, why RON? Here's an example in JSON. And he's like, you can't tell the difference between, hash maps and structs and things. But here in RON, look at this. We can name stuff, we can do all sorts of other things. And so check out how pretty. This is an enum. Right? So if I come back to our model over here, right, and I'm like, yo, where are my skills at? Alright, so here's an enum of skills. I determined I was just going to use the Rust typing system to make it all good. At first, I was doing some stringly type stuff, like I said, where I was just going to have like a file, and I was going to just list all of the skills. And I thought about it, and I was like, no, I'm making a game here, not like a website or whatever it is I'm used to making. Right, so what am I doing here? I need to, the game really needs to understand these things at a type level. And sort of having, these string keys all over the place to try to reference back to its data, that really was not sitting well with me at all. So it was like, alright, we know, and these are not a final list of skills for the game. All the data in here is basically example data that I've taken from the Savage Worlds tabletop role-playing game, which I'm very familiar with. And the idea is to basically, I don't know, maybe I could talk to Shane, maybe we could work something out to where I'm using the Savage Worlds role-playing system. Maybe I'm going to hybridize it with some other inspirations, right? Pathfinder 2nd Edition seemed pretty cool. Maybe I could get some inspirations from there. I do like the Shadowrun stuff. Maybe they have some interesting mechanics I could borrow from there. Anyways, but yeah, so this is a skill enum, right? And it's got all these things in it. And to represent that in a RON file, you just write it out exactly the way it is in here. Boom. Done. Taken care of. And so then when we go to read in the file, so let's go to our data RS. What can we do? So here are my skills. I'm going to load up some skills. And here I am just working on getting VR working in Rust at our work right now. Wow, VR. That's pretty sweet. Man, I need to switch vocations or something, because whatever you're doing, that sounds pretty awesome. I need to go work in that sort of a shop. Oh man, yeah, because I'm a Rust noob. I have no idea what I'm doing for the most part. I just, strings of stuff over a couple of years of occasionally looking at it. Yeah, it doesn't pay much yet. Yeah, that's always the thing with the coolest gigs, isn't it? Oh man. Let's see, just casually at work playing with Rust and VR, no biggie. I know, right? I know. What are you using for an engine? I know that Unreal has a lot of VR stuff to it. You're doing it all? Is it pure Rust? Building your own, sweet. Yeah, I've got a lot to learn to even get to, like, doing some basic stuff. I'm really, so, are you doing anything for the back end? So pure Rust, cool, good to go. So what sort of, are you like using Vulkan bindings or, you know, any other types of bindings? I know that another thing I played with a while ago was Rendy. Right, I was having a little bit of fun with that, but it was still pretty low level. I did manage to get a GLFW window to display some Rendy stuff though, which was cool because I was upset with WinIt at the time. Because at the time it was like, you know, if you had UI scaling on your desktop at all, it was just going to use it whether you wanted it to or not. Like, are you serious? If I say I want a window at 1920 by 1080, then I want a window at 1920 by 1080, end of story. I don't care what the desktop's UI scaling is set at. Yeah, how am I supposed to get OB... You know, how are users, like gamers and stuff, when they try to stream your game, supposed to set up OBS properly if you give it a res and it does something different? And even if you were like, okay, fine, whatever, I'm going to take the math into account and I'm going to try to get back to it. Alright, back to what it should be. It didn't work properly. It was never 1920 by 1080. Anyways, enough ranting about WinIt. But I think it's changed now. Seen this on the... Oh, I don't know what all that is. Let's try WinIt RS. Alright. So these days it is slightly different-er than it was when I played with it before, because they have a DPI module. It has like all these sizes and things, and that is good. But more importantly, it has under window, what does it have? A window builder, where I can say with inner size and give it a size. I'm hoping then that if, you know, even with a DPI scaled desktop environment, if I give it the physical size that I would like a size could be a physical size here. So if I give it the physical size that I would prefer, it'll use it. That's my hope. But we shall see. Alright, so... yeah, so there are all sorts of libraries I'm hoping to explore, all sorts of things I'm hoping to get done. We got a little bit of data modeling stuff going here, which is cool. Another thing I was thinking about, though, for testing out sort of the core logic functions of the game without getting too wrapped up in visuals, though. Let's see. I was also thinking about doing... oh, man. See, you knew what I wanted. Alright, now. I go here. So there's a few interesting things to play with, right? I think the simplest thing might be... where'd you go? Console, there we go. Could be console engine. Not sure, last updated 3 months ago, so it seems pretty recent as far as libraries go. You know, should be able to just sort of like, what? Whip up a console of a certain size. Not worry about, you know, hardware accelerated anything's too much yet. You know, set up a game loop and basically go roguelike for a moment. You know, especially because, yeah, mostly interested right now, I think, in making characters, setting up some of the initial gameplay, thinking about some of the various, like, you know, RPG rules, getting a lot of that stuff going. So, very cool. We can, we should be able to do some stuff for there. So, see, we got cool little drawing thing. He's got triangles. He's drawing stuff. That's cool. Little chart graph things. He's got some... so there's things like that that we can play with. I've also seen, I think it's called, what, RLTK? I think this guy does use WinIt under the hood somewhere. Got some game states and some ticks and some other stuff. Console engine does indeed look neat. This guy, he's already got some bouncy stuff to play with. Multiple console layers. Bouncing hello world. Walking around. Field of view. You know, explore with Dijkstra flow maps. Oh, auto-explore with Dijkstra flow maps. Alright, sure. A-star pathing and mouse control. That's pretty crazy. Alright, so there are a wide variety of fun things to play with. I guess it's just a matter of picking something and going with it. Right, so console engine to me does seem like the most basic of basic things that I am hoping will be good. You know, less game engine-y, does less of the work for me, sort of a thing. Let's see. Yeah, I am Peacock game engine for making beautiful games, Oxy engine. So all sorts of stuff and things for us to look at, take inspiration from, steal as much as possible. Look at this. This is a modern MUD. Those multi-user dimensions. I remember those. Game engine written in Rust. Yes. So we're just running with GFX and their different backends. Recently switched physics engine. Wow. That's pretty cool. Running with GFX. GFX RS. That's the thing, right? Is there like a, what? GFX. Yeah. GFX RS. That's the, Yeah? Yeah, so GFX by itself, this right here claims to be, this is a Vulkan. Right, so this right here is a, he's the super low-level Vulkan-esque guy, right? Oh, yes, but he does also have the back ends that he plugs into, right? The Vulkan, DirectX 12, etc., etc. Right, so it's within the same group of GFX RS that, for myself, not being, like, you know, the best graphics programmer ever, was thinking, like, hey, this wgpu looks pretty cool. Is this not, I want the RS one. Where'd your repositories go? There we go. wgpu-rs, because I'm really liking... Because I've played around with Vulkan before. I've written some 1,000-line programs to make it work. And I'm really liking that this one's only 160 lines. Like, I can, like, in some of this, you know, some window opening, etc., 160 lines, yeah, give me that one. I'll take the 160 line one. You know, still some basic shader stuff out here, so I guess you would technically add to that. Looks like they pre-compile the shaders here into this .spv format, and you run it. Boom, done. All right, so that's kind of why I was interested in, like, it seemed like high levels I could probably want. Because yeah, I've tried Vulkan before. Woo. Switch from in physics to, ooh, I haven't heard of Rapier 3D. I think I have heard of in physics though. Is that like in algebra, right? In algebra. Yeah. Yeah, so there's in algebra. You said that you were doing in physics. Yeah, looks sort of related to in algebra, doesn't it? Alright. Let's check out, well, you said Rapier 3D. Oops. Yeah. Alright, cool. So we got that guy. Does he have his own sort of... Yeah, we definitely want Rust. You know, crates.io. There's this guy here. You have a home page. There we go. Look at that. Oh wow, so it's got 2D physics and 3D physics. Sweet. Sweet, sweet. Yeah, so I wasn't 100% sure yet with the project that I'm working on, the Apocalypse Road Trip, which is based on a Friday night tabletop game that my friends and I have been playing for a few months now. Basically, it's set in a modern setting hit by a CME. Right, so massive what? Yeah, CME, coronal mass ejection, comes from the sun. Yeah, way bigger than the Carrington event, wipes out all sorts of electronics all over the planet. You know, people have been trying to get by for a couple of years, and you guys, you know, and the players get started, and they have a thing to do. To collect the stuff and things, to open up the vault where they're promised that everything will be magically better. If they could just collect the things and open the vault. So that's sort of the thing. I think that was that's the game. The players of the tabletop game for Friday Night Crew, they've managed to collect a piece so far. I've been a bad GM though, and I have been distracted in terms of game planning for the past couple of weeks. But yeah, we're working on it. Yeah, Rapier runs on WASM too. Excellent. That is good to hear, because I know that this what is it? The wgpu-rs. One of the things I was interested was like, hey, this thing also does the WASMs. Yes, WASMs. Yeah, so it can target natively and WASMs, and so I felt especially like if I wanted to make it easy to get a minimum viable game up and running with Apocalypse Road Trip, what I wanted to do was to have, you know, something maybe I could deploy to the WASMs. You know, running on web is still whip, yeah. I bet it is. Yeah, a lot of the WASM stuff really is. But I've seen people, you know, struggle through it. There's a YouTuber I saw recently. I think he's from Sweden or somewhere. He had some interesting videos about... I was pretty sure he was programming in Rust, and he was getting some stuff working with WASM. He had a little 2D game, you know, that he made. I think digging up skeletons or something. But yeah, it was... Yeah, WASM in general. Yeah, that's... Yeah. Tantan, yeah! Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the guy. I'm pretty sure. I think I followed him recently. Let's see. Tantan. Yeah, Tantan. Pretty sweet. Alright, yeah. I think just recently he made a game developer's wrap. So that'll be interesting to look at. I'll have to examine that later. Alright. But yeah, so looks like I've got some... I was streaming all day earlier, guys. I put in 3 hours here, completely restructuring the project from the stringly type sort of thing I was doing to hopefully a much more hopefully something closer to what a Rust station might do. I have no idea. Still trying to figure it out. But yeah, I've got all sorts. I've got types, man. I've got the types. I've got the enums. Rust enums seem super awesome and good. You know, for my day job, I mostly come from like a Scala programming environment, so a lot of the mutability of things I'm seeing here are a little scary to me. But it's like, whatever. We're just gonna go with it. I did like that these were much less mutable than the strings I was using, so that was good. You know, so kind of, I think I saw like what in a Rust book somewhere. Yeah, they were using a coin example. Yeah, and in the coin example, they had an enum like this, but with coins in it, like quarters, dimes, etc. And they had this. I had a function to tell you the value of each of them. So I was like, huh, that's kind of an odd thing to do. And then as I was, you know, trying to go with less strings everywhere, I was like, you know what? I think that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm not sure what what sort of performance hit I'm going to take for this. Hopefully it's fast. I don't know. But to be honest, I don't know that I even need linked attribute all that often. Mostly it comes up in character creation and in when you advance your character and stuff. Other than that, it doesn't really matter. Maybe like displaying the skill, right? That sort of a thing. So it matters in displaying stuff, and like how much does stuff cost when trying to raise a skill above its linked attribute, that sort of a thing. And that's even if we're still going with Savage Worlds role-playing games system rules, which I haven't talked to Shane about it yet, so we may not be, and that's fine. This is more, we're just learning, puzzling some stuff out, getting used to Rust, you know, fighting through a lot of things. And last night I had a hard time with Surd, because I was trying to deserialize a type, where again, it was stringly typed, right? So it was like, what? I had struct, you know, I'm just going to change the name slightly so that way it doesn't offend anything in here. You know, I had this sort of thing going, and then with like what? I don't know. Something or other, right? You just like, whatever, and I was said, hey, stir. And because I was like, well, I know that string, capital S, string in Rust is, what do you call it? It's mutable. It's like passing array lists around in Java. This is IntelliJ, so it's the Java version of CLion. Yeah, mostly a Java developer. CLion, I think you have to pay for. At least you did the last several times I attempted to use it. But IntelliJ has a Rust plugin, which kind of works. Its Ron's plugin does not work very well. It keeps telling me there are errors here, but I've deserialized these things successfully in my code, so must not be an error. Anyways, so yeah, so I tried deserializing a type like this to find out that I'm pretty sure it's impossible to do that. So I was super barking up the wrong tree. So, but then I figured out, oh, okay, whatever. I'll just do that. Yeah, I'll just take it. You know, the skill owns it, I guess. Whatever. We'll get rid of these. And then it was only after I completely redone the project with that, everything except for debugging should be working fine in IntelliJ. Ah, all right. I've never been much into debugging anyway. We'll see how much that bites me later. Alright, so I think I need to take another break. I took a lunch break earlier. I was streaming for nearly 3 hours, I think, before that. Yeah. I had a plan going into this, but I think now I need to, like, no, seriously, I need to sit down, I need to draw something out, I need to figure out what it is I'm going to do. It's like I've got a whole lot of InVision stuff in my head as to what I want. Not quite sure about the roadmap of getting there. So, I don't know. Maybe I'm nervous because I'm not used to actually having people watching me while I'm on stream. Maybe, yeah, it's fine. It's something I have to get used to, yeah, if I'm going to be doing this. But having a roadmap would be good. Earlier I did have some tickets that I was working on to help me get here. Yeah, I don't know about this. I don't know how this rating stuff works. To continue that. But yeah, but I appreciate all you guys for coming over. You know, I think I got a little distracted. I think, yeah, we did some data reorganization. We did some, yeah, a little bit of project restructuring this stream. We put some stuff into a sub-module of model. We put some functions in there. We threw our data types up in there. This is all our metadata stuff anyways. It's just for loading this like skills.ron and these other ron files. Let's see, usually get everything drawn out in either external or an Excalidraw so that I have an overview of the program structure. Yeah. That sounds pretty fun. Normally I just get notepads and I write down a list of to-dos. And then I figure stuff out. I don't know. Oh man. But yeah, so I'm gonna do some pre-planning, I think. Maybe I'll look into obviously like external, Zernal, Scaladraw. That sound like fun things. I'll look into them. I'll figure some stuff out. Alright. Yeah, well, we got a little bit done. Got a surprise raid. And And I think that, yeah, so we need to decide on what to do next in terms of utilizing the data model that we've created for ourselves, utilizing, so do we want to visualize it? Do we want to do some command line stuff? Yeah, thanks again, guys, for the raid. That was super awesome, and for all the follows. You guys have been awesome. It's been great talking to other folks out there who, you know their stuff in the programming world, man. Wow, it's been fantastic. So, so I'm Inigmas, yeah. Streaming the development for Apocalypse Road Trip. Doing some Rust development. And, I got some planning to do. Got some homework to take care of. Sort of thing, right? And, I'll see you guys again next time, hopefully, yeah? Alright. See you later. Right, let's, there you go. Let's pause that guy. There we go. See ya.